Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. We are going to be filming update number 6 or 7. I always get confused because we're in the 7th month, but is it the 6th update? But this is the Partners in Cream project that was created by Steph and DaLin here on YouTube. They will be linked down in the description box as well as up in the cards. I highly recommend checking both of them out. They both do tons of project planning content, and there are so many other people currently participating in this project as well. So definitely check out the playlist and go binge watch everyone else who is working on this project. The whole idea about this surrounding this project was to work on liquid or cream-based products. So products throughout our makeup collection that likely will expire the soonest. And you could select anywhere between 4 and 6 products to work on at any given time, I believe. I have 5 products, and I'm really excited that I will be rolling out one product this update, making, I believe, 5 goals that I have hit in this project, which is super exciting. So if you're interested in my progress, stay tuned. First, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you leave today. I do post a minimum of 4 times a week, so if that's something that interests you, then don't forget to subscribe before moving on. Other than that, let's just jump into the update. So my video is going up just a couple days late. I was finishing up my palette week. If you guys are interested, I'll leave my palette playlist linked down below. Every 3 months, I do an entire week dedicated to eyeshadow and eyeshadow palettes, but we're here for my progress today. So let's start with the one product that has been in this project since the beginning, and that is my little mini lipstick in Slow Burn. This is by Marc Jacobs. When I pulled this in, this was pretty much a fresh new lipstick. It obviously is a mini, and this is how much we have left. I will pop a picture up on the side that shows my tallies and my monthly progress. When I look at my month-to-month progress, I definitely do get a little bit discouraged, especially because I felt like I did a pretty nice job reaching for this the last month, and I was surprised that my progress seemed so minimal. But when I look at where this lipstick was when I rolled it in as compared to where it is now, I mean, I have used a lot of this lipstick, which I'm super proud of because I already have a really large lip product collection, and I feel like in general I just always defaults to reaching for my balms, and it's been a little bit more difficult with the state of the world to feel inclined to reach for lipsticks, especially if I'm going out and I know I'm gonna have a mask on. There's really no worse feeling than like your lipstick just smearing all over your mask. So I do feel like I will be able to finish this by the end of the year, but I feel like it'll be like the last few months of the year before I finish this off. But I will be excited to finish off a lipstick. I've only finished off one other lipstick in my life that I remember, at least, and it was a mini Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick last year. So I would be really, really proud of myself to finish this off, which is sad to say because it's so little, but these take so long to get through. Next up, I have this Wander Beauty liquid shadow. This is in the shade Dove Gray. I hope you guys will be able to see there's a pretty significant window right here. My goal was to use this 15 times. I had 7 uses as of the last update, and I did reach for this an additional 3 times since that update, leaving me at 10 total uses. So I need to use this 5 more times in order to hit my goal. I really, really love this formula. I think it's super, super easy to work with. The only thing is this is more of a cool toned shade, so I just have to be careful with the looks that I'm pairing it with. And I usually like to reach for my liquid shadows on days that I'm doing like a fully cream look. And typically when I'm using all cream-based products, I just feel like my face makeup ends up being really warm. So then when I pair it with a cool tone look, I just don't always love the effect that it gives. But 5 more uses, I would be really happy if I could use this 5 times in the month of July. I probably foresee this taking 2 more months of use before I roll this out, but my goal is to roll this out next update. Next up, I had this Clinique Even Better foundation, and this has been going for 2 months now, but the last update I had barely reached for this, so I didn't even make a new marking. So when I rolled this in, I had quite a bit left. I was at this marking right here, and I did make a pretty fair amount of effort to at least make some progress this month, and I feel like I did a pretty nice job. And it's really hard to say just due to the way the packaging is, but I would say I'm about here or even lower than that. My initial marking may not have been accurate. It doesn't feel like a ton of product left in this when I shake it up. So I feel like this has maybe 2 to 3 more months use of maybe 2 to 3 more months of use left. Can't think today. My dog's also distracting me. But I feel like I could roll this out by like the end of September or end of October, which would be really exciting. I am trying to get through some of my foundations. I have purchased so many foundations this year, and I would really like to see my makeup inventory in my foundation category go down, even though there are so many foundations still that I am very interested in. The Tom Ford new release. Not that I've ever purchased from Tom Ford, so why would I buy an $88 or $80, whatever it is, super overpriced Tom Ford foundation, but I'm definitely very interested. My fourth item is this cream blush from Fenty Beauty. I rolled this in right when I got this because I just wanted to encourage myself to reach for this, and I gave myself a goal of using this 20 times. Last update I had reached for this 4 times, and I have reached for this an additional 4 times, leaving me at 8 total uses. I've actually really been enjoying this blush, and I would say in the pan it looks pretty pigmented, but when you buff it out onto the cheeks, it actually, you can make it quite sheer, and I think it's really, really beautiful. I have mine in the shade Petal Poppin', a very easy formula to work with. It is like pretty emollient. I think emollient's the right word. It is pretty creamy, so it is really, really easy to work with. Usually I just, see how sheer it can get? Usually I just tap this onto my cheeks with my finger, and then I take a dense stippling brush and just stipple it all over, or I could just tap it all out with my finger, or I could use a beauty blender. Very, very easy to work with, and I'm really glad that I rolled this into this project. I obviously have no intent of finishing this year, but I'm glad that I put this in and kind of like forced myself to use it right after getting it, because too often I'll purchase a product and I won't even get around to trying that new product out for like sometimes months at a time, which is really embarrassing to say, but I have really been enjoying this one from Fenty. I know that the pan sizes are small, but that's personally fine for me just because I have so many blushes currently in my collection, and I just don't feel like I personally will go through this that quickly. So 12 more uses for this before rolling it out. I anticipate it will take at least 2 more months to hit my goal on that. Which brings us to the product that I am rolling out. It is the Milk Hydra Grip Primer. And if you look, there is still some at the bottom, but when I pump it, like, it just splatters a little bit, and that's really it. And I cannot get my lid to come off, so I'm good with calling this. I really enjoyed this primer last year, but I've found more and more this year as I've tried to pair it with different foundations, it is such a finicky primer, and you really have to be careful with the foundation or tinted moisturizer that you are pairing it with, or it can really make your makeup look really bad. I tried to use this a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember which tinted moisturizer. I think I was trying to use it with the tinted tinted face oil from Kosas, and it was just an absolute disaster. I had already done my eyes, and I really did not want to wipe off my face makeup, but it looked so bad that I had to. So I'm really excited to be able to roll this out of my collection. If you're looking for a good gripping primer, I found that the Tula primer grips really well in my opinion, as well as the First Aid Beauty Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer. Shockingly, I find that both of those do a really nice job of gripping my foundation. So I will be opting for those in the future as opposed to this primer. But in its place, I'm going to be rolling in another little mini primer. I'm going to roll in the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. You guys know I love primers, so naturally my primer collection is absolutely out of control. So as many primers as I can get through this year, I would love to do, and I thought it would be a good place to start with another mini. So this is, I've used this maybe like 7 times. I will mark this probably like right about here. I feel like with like 2 to 3 months of good progress on this, I could finish this off. I actually do have this under the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer today. This is a very illuminating primer, and I have enjoyed this the times that I have used it, but I think I prefer my First Aid Beauty coconut one enough where like I wouldn't be mad to no longer have this in my collection. I used to think I would replace this when I finished it, but I don't think I will at this point. So it'll be nice to work this out of my collection and have one less primer, because we all know I'm sure there'll be more primers that I do bring into my collection. But after that, that is going to conclude this update in my Partners in Cream project. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know a cream product that you have recently finished off, or maybe a cream product that you recommend. Do you have a favorite cream highlighter or bronzer? My cream blush collection is slowly growing, but I think I only have 2 cream bronzers currently in my collection, the Milk Baked Stick and the new Tarte Seychelles, which I've really been enjoying. I would love a cream bronzer recommendation. I'm very interested in the Nude Sticks bronze Bondi Bay, but if you have any other cream bronzers that you recommend, I also am interested in the Chanel one, but I think that they've reformulated and it's super expensive. But I would love to hear your guys' cream product recommendations down below. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you always do, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.